In 2022, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever came out. This was the final movie in Phase 4 of the MCU, a phase that I would say had a lot of issues. Big there were some highlights to be sure, but a lot of issues as well. I thought that Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was overall satisfying way to close out Phase 4 because I actually really enjoyed the movie. Yeah, I think it is a problem that Phase 4 didn't close out with a team up film or an Avengers film, just with a standalone Black Panther film. But I think Wakanda Forever is a really good movie, though. It's definitely one of the heavier films in the MCU because the film plays out like you're going to a memorial service. There's literally two different funerals in the movie. And honestly, considering all the things that were working against the movie, which the filmmakers had no way of controlling and no way of predicting in advance, I think it's pretty impressive this movie ended up being as good as it is. Keep in mind, Wakanda Forever was being filmed during a global pandemic, during COVID, and then tragically, Chadwick Boseman, the star of the franchise, Black Panther himself, died unexpectedly while they were shooting Wakanda Forever, and yet the movie still ended up being really good. I think it's a really fitting, well done tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I think the visuals in here are good. I like the villain of I like villain here named Namor. Yeah, I think he's really good because you can understand where Namor's coming from. You get that he's trying to protect his people, but you also see that he does things that are wrong. He goes too far. I think overall the story told here is good. I really appreciated the character arc they gave to Shuri. It's honestly a dark character arc if you think about it, because we see here that she's not as noble as T'Challa was. We saw T'Challa was, along with Steve Rogers, one of the most virtuous and noble characters in the whole franchise. But we see here that while Shuri's not a bad person, she is not evil. It's not that her motives are nefarious, but she's not as noble as T'Challa was. I love the moment where she goes into the spirit realm and the person that she sees is actually her cousin, the jockey Eric Killmonger from the first film. And I like the moment where we see Shuri actually as Black Panther. Very satisfying when we see the Black Panther is actually back. Then I think that this was a good introduction to the African American teenage girl here who is going to end up being in a TV show later on, the Ironheart TV show. I don't remember what her name is exactly. I like that this movie does still have some moments of levity, but it's also more serious than most films in this franchise are. It's honestly one of the MCU films that I would say is the least appealing to young kids. It's a more grown-up, mature film that still has some moments of levity. I really like what they did with Okoye in this movie. That scene where Ramonda gives that passionate speech is fantastic. You can see there, wow, this actress is very talented. So I really enjoyed Wakanda Forever. I'm glad I ended up seeing it in theaters. It was overall a fitting way to close out Phase 4 and a fitting tribute to Chadwick Boseman.